What's going on there, YouTube? John from Hot Lap RC. So, ARRMA GRANITE 4x4. Apparently this is going to be one of the final videos of this vehicle, at least in its completely stock format, because disaster has struck, and it's pretty much been a problem since the day I bought this vehicle. The first run, caught on camera. You can go back and watch the first couple videos of it overheating and having thermal shutdown. So we've got disaster. Now, fortunately, I have broken nothing. Nothing on this truck has broken at all. Everything works as it's supposed to. Oh wait, I'm wrong. I apologize, I'm wrong. I did have to change a shock out. And we'll go over the shocks in just a second. So I did end up having to change the shock out. Other than that, no issues. So, what happened? Good question, I don't really know yet. But I will tell you that it's locked up. It will not roll. Now it'll turn that way, turn that way. So it tells me it's something in the center, and that center differential or the motor's locked up. Alright, pull the clips off. Would help, huh? Body's still in pretty good shape, has held up. It's also very small, so it's not like it's, you know, a huge target. But, you know, you can see we flipped it over, and it's... I give it to the kids, and they haven't broken any of that yet. So, let's talk about the truck overall. First off, steering servo seems to be adequate. Haven't had to change it. Seems to work fine. I'm not going to say it's the best, but for the price and what it does, it turns the tires just fine. Speed controller, I'm not sure yet. It is a brushed. This is a brushed version. And my recommendation, if you're considering the ARRMA GRANITE, would be to buy the brushless version and not buy this version. I do not recommend the brushed version of virtually any ARRMA vehicle at this point. Alright, so first off, this ESC, you got to switch between nickel metal hydride and LiPo with these little jumpers. It's a pain in the ass. It really is. And it won't run if you forget to put it in the wrong one and use different batteries. I gotta clear my throat, I apologize. Ugh, allergies been getting to me lately. So anyway, the motor is a 12-turn, 540, 550 style motor. And it looks to me like there's gunk inside of it. Could even be a rock in there, maybe a stick. Maybe that's why it's all froze up. I'm not sure. There's definitely something sticking out of here. Maybe it feels like a wire. Maybe something from inside. I'm not sure. Regardless, it has ran hot since, virtually every single time we drive it, we cannot get through an entire battery pack without the thing shutting down no matter what you're driving on. Pavement, dirt, doesn't matter, it goes in a shutdown. So I came in and put in this fan and heat sink to try to, there's a heat sink down here, to try to dispel some of that heat, hoping that would be would solve the problem. Well, come to find out, I let one of my daughter's friends use it on the track, and it was fine, but it went into thermal shutdown after about 10 or 15 minutes, and, it was an 8,000 mAh battery. She should have been on a drive for another, 20 minutes probably, especially if she was driving slow, so... Anyway, it went into thermal shutdown, just like it has been doing pretty much every single time we take it out of the box. So the next day, I decided that I was curious, so I took it out on the track myself, and it was running very slow. Fast enough that you thought maybe it was close, but you could tell that there was reduced power going on. And then it suddenly went into thermal shutdown, and now everything's locked, and it won't run at all. And we've probably only driven it maybe a total of 6 or 8 times. You can see that this is as dirty as we've gotten it. It's, let's take a quick gander over here at our other vehicles. This is what we run on. You can clearly see that we just haven't had a real chance to drive it properly. So, apologize again. throat's all scratchy. So anyway, I don't recommend this version. I would go, well, it's my batteries are discharging. I apologize. There we go. So I do not recommend this version. I would suggest going with the BLX version, the brushless right out of the door, or buy this if you get a really good deal on it as a roller, or maybe just, you know, the way this is, knowing that you're going to take this out. I think the Traxxas Vanillion, whatever it's called, would go great in this truck, and it actually fits perfect. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. So I have one here. Was it Vanillion? I don't know. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But if you look, there's a screw there, and there's a screw there. And I mean, it is a literal perfect match for this to go into that. So I think this is a perfect transplant for a Traxxas, whatever Vanillion system. And that's probably what I'll end up putting in this at some point. I may end up trying to put another brush motor in it just for now, because this I'm going to put in my my Losi Tenacity roller I bought on eBay. So, and I have the onboard sound kit to go with it, so that's kind of already spoken for. So I'm going to have to figure out something for this truck. You know, it's kind of indestructible. My plan was when friends come over, or, you know, kids come over of my friends' friends, I can give them something that I know they're not going to break. And I really don't want to make this, you know, a 50-mile-an-hour truck. That's not why I bought it, so we'll figure out the details. But I just figured, you know, everyone has the right to know. And if you're not going to take care of a brushed motor, if you're not going to, like, actually clean the brushes and all that, you can be replace them constantly. If the truck's constantly in thermal overload, I mean, how fun is it really going to be to drive it? You know, you might be able to go down a few teeth on the pinion gear, and you know, pick up some less heat to the motor. But who wants to go through all that right out of the box? That's not really fair. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is these shocks. So I actually got a good deal on this. I got it from A-Main on their scratch and dent. The shock had leaked out of the box, and I got it for like $180, which was a pretty good deal because they're like $220 or whatever. So I bought it, and the shock, you know, you can see it's got no spring left at all. There's no fluid in there at all. It all leaked into the box. That's why I got the discount. So I had to replace it because the front was real wobbly. So I was going to just try to fill it. But the weird thing about these shocks are that, I'm trying to actually get a hold of it. When you unscrew it, there's nothing to there's nothing to refill. Where do you fill it at? There's no cap. There's nothing. It's just like nonsense. So I ended up putting one from a Red Cat truck on there. It's actually adjustable, and it fit perfect, and it does the job. And everything's, you know, a lot better now. But their shocks are, in my opinion, laughable. So once they go, they're done, and you cannot refill them or rebuild them or basically anything. So not all that happy to see that. So hopefully you learned something. I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.